Welcome to the Tech Story podcast, a place where we interview founders and people in tech growing interesting businesses. Today, I'm excited to welcome a unusual but very interesting guest, Jed Brecher, on the show. Jed is the founder of Muay Thai Wellness, a company which helps companies introduce Muay Thai to their employees to unlock benefits such as team building, bonding, mental health, and a happier workforce. So, Jed, thank you for taking the time for being with us today. Would you like to share a bit of background about yourself and your company?
First off, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. It's a huge honor being here, and I'm really thankful to speak with you about what Muay Thai Wellness does and what it hopes to achieve. A bit of background about myself. My mum is a therapist and eco-psychotherapist, and my dad's a martial arts instructor. So I grew up in one household with my mum, learning about the importance of emotional expression and communication, and then with my dad, martial arts training and watching Bruce Lee films. So a stark contrast, but I grew up with the importance of mental and physical health. And from a young age, I was always really interested in entrepreneurialism and understanding different businesses. So from the age of 16 throughout university, I tried to get as many internships as possible just to see how the working world works, understand small, medium, and large companies. And at the same time, I fell in love with Muay Thai. So Muay Thai is the combat sport and martial art of Thailand. And the sport emphasizes values of humility, compassion, respect, and it's quite physically demanding as well. But what really captivated me about Muay Thai classes was just the camaraderie of the space. Everyone's working together on the same team, pushing each other, and there's almost a euphoric cloud nine feeling at the end of the class that everyone feels together. And I just saw that the camaraderie and the mental and physical benefits which Muay Thai brings and has brought me and my family would massively translate into the team building organizational structures of companies, small, medium, and large. And I remember the first feeling I had when I was just a beginner and my coach showed me how to do a move and me executing the move and the smile and the grin on my face. And I just remember that for a long time. So it's really the dream of Muay Thai Wellness to bring that to people in the workplace, because not just physically, but mentally, it brings so much joy, love, and happiness. And sharing that with your colleagues is just such a special thing.
Yeah, well, we're very excited for our Muay Thai lesson after the episode. But I guess why Muay Thai? I mean, you mentioned your father's background in martial arts. I guess introduced you to combat sport. Did you just wake up one day and say it's going to be Muay Thai? Where did you first get exposed to it, and how did you sort of embark on that journey and become a Muay Thai instructor?
So my dad does traditional martial arts, more like Tai Chi and Wing Chun, and grew up trying a variety of different combat sports, and it was fantastic trying them all out. My brother as well, who I'm so grateful for, who is doing the classes with me at the moment. We grew up trying a variety of different combat sports, and there was a Muay Thai gym down the road from my dad's house. So I stumbled upon it when I was 16, went in, and I just fell in love instantly. And throughout my studies and my employment and internships, I was still doing Muay Thai. I went to Thailand for the first time 7 years ago and had more of a personal journey with the country. The second time I went to Thailand with my brother, and we did a Muay Thai camp for a month. And we both looked at each other after the class and said, we need to find a way to bring how we feel after this class to people in London. And the third time was after I quit my job. I was in corporate real estate, and I'm so thankful for the amazing experiences I've had learning about different teams and being across different businesses. But there's something where I felt this is my calling. And Muay Thai for me has not just improved my physical health, but my mental health so much. I had open heart surgery when I was a kid, and I found out when I was 16 or 17 that I couldn't do strength training, and Muay Thai was the perfect solution. It helped with cardiovascular health, and it gave so much to me, a sense of community and teamwork and lots of lifelong friends and a way for my brother and I to connect, that when the lockdown came and we were all living at our houses, I was thinking about what I really want to do. And I thought, life's too short, I've got to do what I love and enjoy. And my brother and I, our friends, get so much happiness. And I've experienced working in different companies in the corporate world. And I just saw that the feeling that we get would massively translate into colleagues understanding more about each other. And Muay Thai is an art and a sport where you give your all in the moment. It's cerebral, so you learn, but it's a good place to think creatively and to just flow and be yourself. So being in an environment where colleagues are authentically expressing themselves while learning with others just felt like a space that would massively help companies work better together and have fun together. A nice, healthy alternative to perhaps going to the pub and having a Guinness. But I hear the Mai Tai cocktail is very good, so maybe a Mai Tai cocktail after a Mai Tai class would be something for the future.
And what are the ingredients of a Muay Thai cocktail?
I'm not too sure, but after one of the classes, I'm sure that we'll bring some Mai Tai cocktails around and see how the combination goes.
The Muay Thai classes all of a sudden become a lot more interesting now.
Yeah, maybe the Mai Tai cocktail after the class instead of before.
Yeah, fair enough. And what do you wish you'd known before starting the company?
What I would have told myself before is to enjoy the whole journey. There's definitely been ups and downs. I'm loving every aspect of it. Sometimes there's quick days where I'm getting lots done. Other days I'm working as hard as I can, but I'm not breaking through to the extent that I'd like to. What I would tell myself prior to launching 4.5 months ago would be to enjoy all of it. I get up every morning and the first thing I ask myself is what I'm grateful for and how grateful I am. And I just tell myself for the good times, the bad times, every day, just enjoy every aspect of it.
Yeah, I think being a founder is tough, and the lows are very low. And if you don't enjoy it, then I mean, it's normal to not enjoy being down, but I think at the end of the day, it makes the highs even higher, and so it's really important to have that positive mindset. And I guess, yeah, being grateful, or at least expressing what you're grateful for. It's not something that I do, but probably should do, because at the end of the day, as a founder, you accomplish so much, but when you're down, you don't necessarily appreciate. And so great lesson there.
Definitely, definitely. No, I'm just so thankful. It's very young. I'm very limited in my experience. It's been 4.5 months, but I'm so thankful to be here, to have my brother and another coach who's a professional athlete sharing Muay Thai and what it can do for companies, and to be able to having a Muay Thai class for you and your company with my brother on a rooftop. I couldn't think of anything better. So I'm just extremely grateful, happy, and trying to enjoy every moment of it.
Well, best of luck growing the business. And what's the sort of vision for the company of the next? I guess you've been around for 4.5 years, months. Sorry. Yeah. What's the vision for the next 5 years?
It would be fantastic to have a similar setup like they do in Thailand. So the model across a variety of different sport classes, spinning or CrossFit or football or other sort of sports, is one coach and then 20 participants or those who are involved in the class. But in Thailand, if there's a group of 20 people in the class, there'd be 5 to 7 trainers, and that just adds a real atmosphere and focuses on attention for each of the people and each of the pairs in the class. So what would be amazing is to have a big team of 5 or 6 coaches who love what they do, want to share what they do with people in the corporate world. So each class of 10 or 20 will have 5 or 6 coaches who go on site, if it's a rooftop or a meeting room, and they share the love of Muay Thai. And the sport is fantastic and addictive, but as people progress, they love and enjoy it more and more, and they develop relationships with their colleagues more and more because they're learning and helping the other person as well as themselves. So the plan would be to have a team of fantastic people who go to offices on a daily basis and share the love of the art and create a wonderful atmosphere.
Well, you're really, making this class seem really exciting. I mean, I've done a little bit of kickboxing, and I did really enjoy it as well. I enjoyed the feeling after completing the session, but I guess would you say the feeling is similar to like high intensity, I mean, or HIIT workouts and things like that, or is it a bit different?
Really interesting. I think it's a combination because for those who haven't quite done it before, it's understanding one's self in space and using a body in a new dynamic way that they haven't done before. So I think sometimes it's a combination of the high intensity, although the pace can be monitored by the individual, but it's also a creative endeavor. So it's being present in the moment while learning how to throw a punch and a kick, for instance, but also being physically exertive, where you're really focused mentally and physically in the moment, and also thinking 5 seconds ahead because you're thinking about what the next move is going to be. So I think it's just an all-encompassing mental and physical experience, and that's why.
So with all this thinking ahead to not get hit or hit the opponent, what sort of mental health benefits have you experienced as a founder?
Although physically I've benefited a lot, I think the main thing that I've experienced is a sense of joy and happiness, and that's really why I'm doing this. With my dad, it was learning about different sports and combat sports, but my mum really emphasized the importance of understanding how I feel and expressing it. And I feel like Muay Thai is a great communicator of that. I definitely feel connected with others, whether it's speaking with people on the tube or on the streets. I love and crave connection, and I feel that the connection that's fostered in a class isn't just one-to-one communication, but it's giving your heart and soul in the class and being able to share that with someone else. So I just feel connected, loved and understood in any class, be it London, the UK or Thailand. I'll be partnering up with a complete stranger and feel like a best friend afterwards. And I feel like it's a great revealer. However I'm feeling prior to the class, it will come out, and the space that the class fosters is that of loving and understanding and learning and teamwork. So however you feel, however I feel after a class, I always feel supported afterwards. So I just want to share that with as many people as possible. That's the
Yeah,
plan.
great. And I mean, what's been your favorite moment since, embarking on your Muay Thai wellness journey?
The first class we did for KPMG was just so much fun. I was blown away. Not that I had any preconceived notions that people wouldn't pick things up quickly, but just having the coach and I run through the sequences for the first class, see the colleagues laughing, joking, having fun with each other, and being amazing. They were so good. They picked things up so quickly, and they were just having fun with each other. And just to see them laughing and smiling across the room with each other, learning martial arts and doing so well, that is just everything. So if I can have that experience and provide a space where other people can have that, it's great.
And well done, because KPMG are huge. So, I mean, did you have hundreds of students? What was the class like?
This was a relatively small one, just shy of 10, but even with that class size, we were able to, it felt more intimate, which was lovely. So if it's a class of 5 or class of 20, still want to cater and provide the same sense of love, joy, and learning.
Great. And as a busy entrepreneur, I imagine you must come across quite a few legal documents. What are the key ones, and what sort of tips can you share to prospective founders or current founders that are approaching legal?
I've got so much to learn. The main two documents are client agreement contracts, which will have listed the packages that we have and what's involved, and then also physical activity readiness questionnaires, which we hand out. I've got so much to learn in the legal space. What's definitely helped me is reaching out to network or creating networks. My business mentor has been invaluable. So with legal documents and everything else, what I have learned so much from is reaching out to people, and everyone's been so kind with their time. So just reaching out to as many people as possible.
Perfect. And I guess, yeah, when you're approaching a legal document for the first time, the best way to sort of learn about it is to speak to someone who's done it before. So did you say they're, for example, like martial arts networks, or were they able to support you, or was it just through mentors that you sort of determined that you need this type of document because you're going to work with these types of clients?
Exactly. Business mentors who have set up similar products and services to Muay Thai Wellness with a different sport, and they've been really, really helpful and really kind. So using LinkedIn, which has just been my best friend throughout the journey, to reach out to people, connect, and form great relationships with so people who have set up businesses in the sporting space.
I think we actually found you through LinkedIn, or well, I think it was one of your posts was very inspiring, and it definitely encouraged us to reach out. How have you sort of leveraged LinkedIn, or what's, yeah, well, I mean, I don't want you to reveal all your secrets, but how would you, for example, help us grow on LinkedIn, or what could we do to grow on LinkedIn?
I've got so much to learn, but I love LinkedIn. I see myself as 25 going on 85. I love being asleep at 9:30 and PM and up early. And I don't use other social medias. I only downloaded Instagram for the first time recently, so I've got a lot to learn on that. But LinkedIn was the main tool I used from the age of 18 when I started work along my studies, and I thought it was fantastic that I could follow the careers of someone who I'd like to emulate in terms of the position they got to, and it was so easy to reach out to them. A simple, kind message, and I would send 100 every day, and maybe one person would get back, but the build up was lovely. And then to be able to connect with people and then meet them for a coffee, just thought it was fantastic. And when I started the Muay Thai Wellness business, I felt differently about LinkedIn. I saw it as a gateway to promote what I endeavored the business to stand for. So I just wanted to keep it as honest and fun and creative as possible. And I don't know how often on LinkedIn there's Muay Thai pad holding sessions, but make it more more dynamic and slightly different. But what I'm doing now is just sharing the journey, the ups and the lows, and what tools have helped me. And I am reaching out to as many people as I can every day and just sharing the journey. And for me, reaching out to connections, forming relationships for mentors or prospective clients, meeting people and just sharing the journey and seeing other people's journeys. There are so many amazing founders and businesses out there like yourself who are creating awesome content, be it podcasts or posts, and just trying to absorb as much as I can. It's been really helpful in my learning.
Yeah, I think there's so much that's happening that sometimes it can be a bit overwhelming. And as a founder, especially if you are in a low, you might feel a bit insecure about someone else's success. But I guess you mentioned sharing the highs and the lows. Why would a founder want to share the lows when we're always meant to seem like we're smashing it? So yeah, why would and again, I'm just for the sake of the podcast asking this question, but why would a founder want to share the lows, and why would you encourage other founders to do that?
I think it's really important with Muay Thai Wellness. One of the key aspects of the service that can really make a difference that we hope to do is improving mental health in the workplace. And I think complete transparency is always the best. And all people have highs and lows and ups and downs, and I just want to share the whole journey. And with your initial question about the advice I give myself, I'd say enjoy the highs and enjoy the lows, and it's just part of the process. And I think what's so great in the highs is sharing it with others, be it a Muay Thai cocktail, a Muay Thai class, or whatever it is, experiencing and expressing the lows with those around us as well is equally important. So it's just about sharing the journey, and I think people resonate with that. I do think that as a society, especially in London and the UK, there's been a shift in the wake of the lockdown, perhaps, to have more of an emphasis in HR agendas on well-being initiatives. And I think people are posting more or sharing more and more about the lows as well as the highs, which is great. I think it's just about finding the right balance. And that's what I'm testing out now. But what this business has been for me and what I hope for it to continue to do is just about authenticity. So I just want to show the whole piece.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, if you show the full picture, then that's how you sort of prove that you're authentic and not hiding anything. And since you're on the Tech Story podcast, you mentioned LinkedIn, but what's your favorite tech product? And it can be software, hardware, anything.
the phone has been amazing. LinkedIn and WhatsApp and emails, just the phone is fantastic because whether you're a digital nomad or cooking breakfast with one hand, although I wouldn't advise that, it's great because you can have access to your network, the internet. So although I found that it's great to take a break from the screens, they've just been absolutely invaluable in the ability for me to connect with so many people, to learn from so many people, and to see what other people are doing so I can learn from them and bring that forward in the business.
Yeah, it's definitely a gateway to knowledge. I mean, I'm more of a Twitter, not a tweeter, but more of a Twitter follower, and I am always impressed how you can just follow, Elon Musk or whoever, and then just have that, well, I guess passive relationship where you're hearing what they're thinking and talking about. So yeah, what would we do without our phones?
Absolutely. I was speaking with someone today about their experience going to Mount Snowdon in Wales and having a good week-long time away from the phone, but they said they were very happy to get back and, as you say, learn from someone like Elon Musk or
Yeah.
a variety of...
Well, there's also that company called Unplugged. I don't know if you've heard of them, where it's cabins where you lock your phone in a box for 3 days and you're in the middle of nowhere in a cabin.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, sounds awesome indeed, but also quite stressful, I think.
A fine balance.
Yeah.
A fine balance. Yeah, and also I'm sure there's beautiful scenery in the cabin that would be nice to take a photo of, so you can
Well, exactly.
have that as a reminder.
I think they give you like a Polaroid camera or a digital camera, but anyway. Thank you very much, Jed, for being on the podcast, and best of luck growing Muay Thai Wellness.
Thanks very much for having me. It's a huge honour, and looking forward to the class.
Yeah, me too. Great.